Good day, everyone. I believe you can hear me. Today is Thursday, 14th of August. How has been trading? How has been trading? I hope it's been profitable. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. Drop a comment if you can hear me loud and clear. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Drop comments if you can hear me. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. And if you have any pair you want me to analyze, there's any pair you're considering trading today, or you have an active trade on and you want me to analyze it, let me know in the comment section. You are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good to have you in today's live stream. Okay, so let's start by looking at the calendar. Today is Thursday, and I think US will be releasing its PPI data by 1:30 Nigerian time. Core PPI, and unemployment claims will be released later today. And this will be the major catalyst for today's price action. The major catalyst for the dollar per day. So if you're considering trading the dollar per, wait for the news to be released before you take a trade on the dollar pairs, or if you're taking a trade before the news, ensure you don't go all in. Okay, be very conservative if you're executing a trade before the major news. Okay, what I do when the major news is expected like this, I risk, if I see a good setup in London session, I risk between 20 to 30% of my daily drawdown. Okay, that's what I do. If I see any good setup before the news, I risk just 30 to 40% of my daily drawdown. Okay, then if after the news is released, my setup is still there, I will add more to the existing trades. Okay, so that's it. So that's my advice for you. Okay, if you want to trade dollar pairs, wait for the news, or going conservatively before the news. Clear? Okay. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. So let's start by looking at the yen basket. I gave you this call yesterday on yen. You can see I told you guys yen is likely going to retrace back to this area, which it did. You can see, and gave us a buy opportunity. We had an inverted hammer, and the next candlestick closed as a bullish candle. So this would have been the best entry for yen. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned now, yen is overbought. And there should be a retracement on yen. If you apply your Fibonacci for this swing high, you want to see price pull back. Two, if you are considering buying yen, the retracement to this area. Okay, this would be a very good area to consider buying, joining the, you can see had a resistance here, came a support, and this is confluence. We also had this resistance here, which is in confluence with this fair value gap. Okay, which is in confluence with this fair value gap. So this could be your demand zone. This could be your demand zone, quality or support zone, you call it your fair value gap. Okay, so this would be a very good area to consider joining the bullish trend on Japanese yen. So my bias for the yen is still bullish. I would love to see price retrace back into this fair value gap before going bullish on the yen basket. Okay, so let's look at the dollar, DXY. Good morning, Mr. Hope. How are you doing? How are you doing? How has been trading? Okay, so let's look at DXY. So let's start with the daily time frame on DXY. Okay, so far the bulls have been in control this today. The bulls are in control. The expo has been bullish since the market opened. And what can we see on a daily time frame? You can see we had a fair value gap here, back to fill this fair value gap on the daily time frame. Okay, now if you go down to 4 hour, look at below this fair value gap on the daily time. Let's see on 4 hour. So you can see we had this fair value gap on 4 hour time frame. You can see we have 4 hour time frame and price has filled that fair value gap. Okay, price has filled that fair value gap, and you can see the pattern that we have there. We had an inverted hammer yesterday before the close of the market. Then the next candlestick closed bullish. Now this morning, what have they done this morning? What I think they've done this morning is to sweep the liquidity residing at these lows. You know, a lot of retail traders have executed buy after the formation of this pattern to be residing at this low. So I think what they've done morning is to sweep the liquidity at this previous low. I think that's what they've done this morning. They've swept the liquidity residing at this previous low. So going by the pattern on a daily and 4 hour time frame, I would expect dollar index to be bullish today. I would expect dollar to be bullish today. But remember, a major news will be released later by 1:30. And like I said, that will be the major catalyst for today's market. Though we have a bullish reversal pattern here, if the news comes out positive for the dollar, if the news comes out positive for the dollar, it could break this low. It could break this support. It could sweep. It could use this lows, this relative equal low, as liquidity. If the news comes out positive for the dollar, we'll see more bearish move on the dollar. But technically, US dollar should buy. Technically, okay. Technically, it should buy. Okay, so I would love to see DXY come sweep the liquidity residing at this previous high, this relative equal high. That should be the next drawn liquidity. And if it successfully breaks out from this relative, this fair value gap, that's my take on dollar. So my buy dollar today is bullish. I am bullish on DXY today. I am bullish on DXY today. I hope that is clear. If you have any question, any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let's move on to currency pairs. Okay, so that's my take. If you have a contrary review, let me know in the comment section. If you have a contrary review, maybe you're seeing what I am not seeing. Okay, let me know in the comment section. It's possible you're seeing what I'm not seeing. Okay, let me know in the comment section. So that's my take on the DXY. Okay, let's move on to currency pairs. Please, can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? So let's start with GBP. Let's start with GBP USD. GBP USD, let's start with the daily time frame. Okay. Okay, so on GBP USD, I think GBP USD just swept a liquidity residing at this previous high. Okay, it just swept the liquidity residing at this relative equal high. That's what GBP USD has done. And after sweeping that liquidity, price is expected to pull back to fill an internal range liquidity. Price is expected to pull back to fill an internal range liquidity. So on a daily time frame, we have this internal range liquidity, which is the fair value gap. Okay, so let's see for hour. Okay, so we also have this fair value gap on 4-hour time frame. Okay, so I would expect price to pull back to fill one of these internal range liquidity. Okay, so that's my position on GBP USD. As you can see, yesterday candle. Let's go back to the daily. After the close of yesterday candle, let's see the pattern we had on 4-hour and 1-hour time frame. Okay, so you can see what we had on 4-hour time frame. We had a doji. The last candle on the 4-hour time frame yesterday was a doji. We had a shooting star also at this point. We had a doji, and I think most retail traders would have executed sell, and their stop losses would have been at this high. Okay, after the formation of yesterday, because if you go down to 1-hour time frame, I'm sure you'll be able to identify a bearish reversal pattern on 1-hour time frame. So most retail traders, based on that, you can see the reversal patterns we had on 1-hour time frame. You can see the reversal patterns we had on 1-hour time frame. We had a shooting star here. So most retail traders have executed sell, and their stop losses will be residing at this previous high. And I think what they've done this morning, you can see the first thing they did, the liquidity residing at the previous high. And after sweeping the liquidity at this previous high, we had a shooting star on the 1-hour time frame. We had a shooting star on the 1-hour time frame, and most retail traders would have sold after the formation of that shooting star. It's most likely a fair value gap was created after the formation of this shooting star. That could also be the reason for this retracement, this pullback. Let's just confirm on 15 minutes after the formation of this shooting star. Okay, even on the 1-hour time frame, you can see we had this fair value gap that was created on the 1-hour time. It also be the reason for the retracement. You can see this fair value gap is created here. This could also be the reason for the pullback. Okay, this could also be the reason for the pullback. Okay, so price is currently inside that gap. Price is currently inside that gap. So if you want to sell GBP USD, I would advise you wait for a 1-hour candle to close below this area, this zone. If 1-hour candle closes bearish below this zone, then you could risk selling GBP USD, and your stop loss should be few pips above the high of this candle. Okay, that's my take on Euro USD. Let's see what we had on 15 minutes after the formation of this shooting star. Most likely we'll still have the fair value gap above this one. That is the reason price penetrated, went above this fair value gap. Okay, let's just see on 15 minutes time frame. Let's see what we had on 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so we had this on 15 minutes. Let's see 5 minutes. Let's see 5 minutes. So you can see on 5 minutes we had this fair value gap here, which could also be the reason for the breakout. From that, you can see we had this on 5 minutes. Also be the reason. Okay, that could also be the reason. Okay, for the sell from that area. So if 1-hour candle closes, you can see the pattern that has formed after price entered this fair value gap. You can see it's giving us bearish patterns, bearish patterns. So if you patiently wait for price to close below this zone, wait for 1-hour candle to close below this zone before you take a sell. That is my advice on GBP USD. That's my advice on GBP USD. Any question? Any question? If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Okay, let's see Euro USD. I have a trade on Euro USD at the moment. I am in profit of close to 40 pips on Euro USD. 40 pips, and I'm still holding the trade. I'm still very bearish on Euro USD. Still bearish on Euro USD. Okay, so you can see we had this fair value gap on a daily time frame. Price filled that gap yesterday. You can see price filled this fair value gap yesterday. If you apply your Fibonacci tool from the swing high to the swing low, let me apply it. From this swing high to the swing low, you can see the market is currently at an extreme premium area. You can see the market is at extreme premium area. And if you go down to 4-hour, after the close of yesterday candle, let's see the pattern we had on 4-hour. Should be a bearish reversal pattern. You can see the pattern we had on 4-hour time frame. We had this shooting star. You can see we had shooting star, we had hanging man. So we have several bearish reversal pattern. We had a spinning top, which indicates change in trend from bullish to bearish. Liquidity residing at this previous high was swept. Okay, you can see the liquidity that was residing at this previous high was swept yesterday. Now, I think after the formation of this engulfing candle, a fair value gap was created on 15 minutes or 5 minutes time frame, and that could be the reason for the current retracement. That could be the reason for the current retracement. So, if you want to join the sell, you could wait for price to pull back. You could wait for price to pull back. Price might pull back to this zone. Price might pull back to this zone. So this would be a very good area to join the sell if you want to sell. Okay. So what do we have here? We had a mitigation at this point. We had a mitigation at this point. Okay. After the mitigation, now we had a low here. We had this low. What happened? The market has shifted. You can see that's a shift in market structure. You can see, and after a shift in market structure, price is expected to pull back to fill the fair value gap it created. Okay, so you should look. We also have this fair value gap here. So these are the two areas you should look for your bearish reversal pattern. These two zones. This is where you should look for your bearish reversal patterns on Euro USD. So my bias on Euro USD is bearish. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. That's my bias for Euro USD. Okay. Is there any other pair I want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Any question? Is there any other pair I want me to analyze? Let me know. Let me know. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let's look at GJ. So GJ has been bearish. But like I said, I would like to see a retracement on JPY. So JPY is likely going to sell. Okay. JPY is likely going to sell. It's likely going to retrace. So I'd love to see GBP JPY pull back to this fair value gap. This is where I'll be considering selling GJ. I'd like to see GJ price pull back to this area, this zone, before looking for sells. This is where I'll be considering selling GJ. GJ is bearish at the moment. It is bearish at the moment. This would have been the best entry on GJ. Let's go to 1 hour. So after the formation, you can see we had a spinning top. This would have been the best entry after the formation of this spinning top. If you didn't take a sell after the formation of this spinning top, you could even have entered sell after the formation of this shooting star. You could have entered sell after the formation of this shooting star. Your stop loss would have been at this level. That would have been the best entry. Now, if you had missed this first entry, this would have been the second opportunity after this retracement. A spinning top formed. You would have waited for this to form, then take a sell. This would have been a second opportunity. If you had missed this opportunity after the formation of this bearish candle, we had this pattern. So this would have been another opportunity to start selling. So if you didn't sell from these areas, I don't think it would be wise for you to sell from the current market price. So if you are considering selling GJ, wait for a retracement. Wait for a retracement before you take a trade on GJ. Before you sell GJ. That's my take on GJ. Any question? Any question? Is there another pair you want me to analyze? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Let's look at gold. After this, we'll end the session. If there are no questions, we'll end the session if there are no questions. Gold. Let's start with the daily time frame. So this gold chart is not looking nice. It's not looking nice, as you can see. Gold has been in a range for some time. You can see we have this. So gold has been trending in this range for some time. Okay, so we're on the daily time frame now. Based on what we have on the daily time frame, based on the pattern on the daily time frame, this is a doji engulfing candle. So going by this pattern, I would look for sales on gold. I will look for sales on gold. We go by this pattern. What can you see on gold? You can see here we had at this point, after the formation of this pattern that looks like an engulfing pattern, you would see that we had, if you go down to 4 hour, there was a fair value gap that was created at this point. You can see we had this fair value gap. You can see we had this fair value gap on 4 hour. Yeah, you can see the fair value gap. It's created at this point. And what happened? Price pulled back. You can see price pulled back and respected that fair value gap. You can see the strong rejection from that fair value gap. You can see that. And after the formation of this, after price respected this fair value gap, it created a new fair value gap here. This is a 4 hour time frame. You can see price just filled that fair value gap. So the retracement so far could just be to fill this fair value gap that has been achieved. That has been achieved. So I would expect gold to sell. Technically, gold should sell, and gold is likely going to come through the liquidity residing at this previous low. Okay, if it successfully breaks out from this previous low, then it's coming to fill this fair value gap. It's coming to fill this fair value gap or test this broken resistance on support. That is my take on gold. I am bearish on gold. Technically, I am bearish on gold. Okay, my bias for gold today is bearish technically. Gold is bearish. You have any question, let me know. Let me know. So that's my take on gold. I am bearish on gold. Is there any other instrument you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. What other instruments do you want me to analyze? Any question? Any question? If there are no questions, I would have to end the session. Do you have any question? So it appears there are no more questions. Okay. As there are no more questions. Do you have any question? If you have any question, any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. We've looked at GBP USD, Euro USD, gold, and which other instrument again? Then GBP JPY. So we've analyzed 4 currency pairs. If you have any question, let me know. If you're yet to get my course on Forex trading, please do that today. Do that today for just $5. $3 today, which is 5,000 naira. You can have access to that course. From next week, you would have to pay 10,000 naira. From next week, you would have to pay 10,000 naira to access the course. Now, when you get the course, you would have access to 30 days mentorship. You would have access to 1 week trade signals. You have access to Zoom classes, weekly Zoom classes, and you would have access to a trading community on WhatsApp. Okay, you can't get this offer anywhere at that price. You can't get it anywhere. And like I said, it's an offer that will close this week. It's an offer that will close this week. So if you've not gotten it, go grab your copy today. Go grab your copy for just 5,000 naira. You can send me a WhatsApp message to get the details, payment details, or you check the description of this post to access the link. Okay. So I think that will be all. No more questions. I appreciate you all for your participation. I can only see Mr. Richard and Mr. Joseph. Okay. I appreciate you all for your participation. I think I have close to like 8, 9 persons that showed up for today's session, but the only people that are active, I think, is Mr. Richard and Mr. Joseph. I appreciate you all and I wish you all a profitable trading day. Bye for now.